There is a very good reason why you might not be ready to heal yet. What's up guys, Matty B here and welcome to No Going Back. It's been a while since my last video and that's because the last 12 to 18 months has been a challenging period of time for me. I've gone through moving interstate, changing jobs twice, dealing with dodgy rental agents, getting COVID, dealing with floods and unfortunately finally losing my grandfather. This period was physically and emotionally draining. I didn't have the physical or mental energy to do anything beyond the basics of just getting through the day. I had no reserves left to chase those things that used to bring me joy. I found myself neglecting these aspects of my life and my personality that I prided myself on. Things like neglecting my health and my relationships and my emotional healing and personal development work. All these things that I was proud of, that I thought made me who I was, were just being left by the wayside because I didn't have the physical energy to do them. All of this had to take a back seat while I got through this period of my life. It's only been recently that I've felt things start to calm down, that I felt as though there was light at the end of the tunnel, that my brain started to work again and these things that I used to enjoy doing have started to float back to the top and I've wanted to do them. So why am I telling you this? The last 12 to 18 months for me was a period that wasn't conducive to emotional healing. And I know the usual sentiment is to work harder or push through it, but this is the antithesis of what I was chasing. This is not conducive to the very state I wanted to get to, that state of feeling emotionally healthy and vibrant and stable and enjoying life. That whole push through, work harder was the opposite of that. And it's sentiments like that that are quite unhelpful because emotional healing is draining. It's taxing. It takes so much physical and mental energy to do the work and to show up every day and keep doing the work. That idea that, oh, you're not working hard enough, you just need to push through it, it's not helpful. And quite frankly, it's a bit dangerous. Emotional healing takes a lot of effort and consistent hard work. And if you're going through a stressful period in your life, let's say you're worrying about bills or your house or any number of things, relationships, family, whatever it is, if you're going through these stressful periods of time, you're not going to have the physical or mental bandwidth to deal with the difficult work that is emotional healing. And that's okay, because one of the things that a lot of people overlook is the fact that if your body isn't strong enough, if your mind isn't in a state where it's ready to do the work, you're not going to have the strength to do the work you need to do. And in those instances, the best thing you can do is to rest, recover, rebuild your strength, and then come back to the healing journey when you're ready, when it feels safe enough, when you have the strength to take the trip. Because in spite of what some people might think, your body and mind need to be strong enough to make the journey because unfortunately, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You've got to think, however old you are now, it took that many years to get to this point. Your issues, your problems, the things you want to work on are not going to be something that gets fixed overnight or even in a week or a month. It could take years. And that's years of constantly showing up and doing the work. The self-work is challenging. It's draining. It's exhausting. If you've ever been to a big therapy session, you know that feeling. The therapy hangover where you come out and you feel spaced out, you feel wobbly, you don't feel like yourself. You're not quite sure where you are. That's a real thing. Think of emotional healing like a boxing match. You have an intense bout of work. Then you need to rest. Then you'll go in for another round. Rest again, another round. And if your body isn't strong enough, you're not going to be able to show up when you need to and do the work you need to do. And the irony of most people's emotional healing journey is that it normally comes on the back of a journey to fix a physical ailment. Someone might have an issue that they're trying to fix through diet or exercise, and usually on that journey is when they'll stumble down the rabbit hole of emotional healing, and they'll work on some sort of trauma or childhood event that might have led them to where they are now. And for me, this was the case. I set out on a journey to better my physical being, and through that journey, I stumbled down the rabbit hole of emotional healing and childhood traumas, and these things that I think led to physical ailments. So it was only by starting to treat the physical that my body got strong enough that I wanted to take the emotional journey. So why might you not be ready to heal yet? One simple word: safety. Your body, your mind doesn't feel like it's currently safe for you to do that work, because the work you need to do is scary, it's confronting, it's going to make you vulnerable. And that vulnerability is the very thing that was usually shamed as children that got us to this point. So until you're in that space where it's safe, and by safe I mean there's not other stresses going on, until you're in that position, your body, your mind isn't ready to make the journey to emotional healing, because you're going to have to show up and be vulnerable. And that is not going to feel safe. And for me, the last year has not felt safe. There's been a lot of things going on, a lot of stresses, and because of that, this emotional healing, this personal development work, this trauma healing, and the things that I really needed to do had to take a backseat while life happened. And this, in its essence, is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Until your basic needs are met, that need for self-actualization it's not something that needs to be dealt with right now. It's not a priority, and it's not something that it's going to be safe to deal with. So until you get to that point where your basic needs are met, you've taken care of these other basic stresses, that need for self-actualization needs to take a backseat. And that's okay. It's okay to not always be on. It's okay to take a rest, to recover, to rebuild your strength, and then come back to the healing journey when you're stronger and ready to take the trip. Be gentle on yourself. Do things that bring you joy. Rest. Take it easy. Stop putting yourself down and don't give up. You've come this far, and you didn't come this far to only come this far. And even if you have to take a 6-month, 12-month, 18-month break to rebuild your strength, to come back at it again, that's okay. Don't give up. Your future self will thank you for it. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video and for subscribing and sticking with me with this channel and on my journey. It means a lot to me. And as always, if there's anything you want me to cover, please leave a comment below. I'm Matty B, and until next time, be kind to one another.